Did you know that John Hayes Hammond Jr. used to stay up until 7 a.m. reading in the Bishop's Alcove in the Great Hall? Hammond was a night owl. Whether reading for pleasure or working on an invention, the scientist kept late hours and slept during the day. He explained his nocturnal tendencies by referring to advice once given to him by Alexander Graham Bell, one of his mentors. Bell told him that if he wanted to be a serious inventor, he should follow his example and work at night, so as to avoid the common interruptions created by the daytime. Most ironically, telephone calls made possible by Bell's own ubiquitous invention. While reading, Hammond chose to sit in the cathedra tucked inside the bishop's alcove, a Byzantine example from the 6th century. But looks can be deceiving. The entire alcove is a 19th century replica of Byzantine pieces spanning the 6th to 8th centuries. This said, Hammond did collect many authentic Byzantine pieces for his museum. The Byzantine Empire was once merely the eastern half of the Roman Empire, and was referred to as such throughout its existence. It only took on the moniker Byzantine after its fall in 1453, nearly 1,000 years after the fall of its sibling in the west in 476, when the Ottoman Empire took over its capital Constantinople, today known as Istanbul in Turkey. It was named this after the city's previous name of Byzantium, where Emperor Constantine the Great moved the capital of the Roman Empire from Rome itself in 330. The history of the empire is far too long and complex to elaborate upon in detail in this episode, but after the empire was partitioned into East and West, the Western Empire eventually weakened and fell to largely Gothic political dominance, although there is much more to that story than simply the Goths sacked Rome, as is commonly believed. Despite this momentous event in the history of Western civilization, the Eastern Empire endured, and was at least superficially recognized as such by the inheritors of Rome. However, the cultural character of the empire changed over time, leading to the two parts of the empire being described as the Latin West and the Greek East. The bishop's alcove contains an eagle statue, a common imperial symbol in both parts of the empire, but particularly enduring in the East. Another piece of avian iconography in the Byzantine Empire was the peacock, a symbol of wealth, which adorns multiple artifacts in Hammond Castle Museum. We hope you enjoyed this video, but there's a lot more to explore about John Hayes Hammond Jr., his inventions, and his collection of art and artifacts. We invite you to visit us at Hammond Castle Museum in Gloucester, Massachusetts to learn more.